Hey guys, welcome to another stream. Decided to reach back into a build that I haven't worked on in quite a while. It's actually been 4 months since I worked on the Terminator. So let me pick him up to refresh everybody how tiny he is at this point. He's actually standing on my leg. Let me rotate his hip. His shoulders moving a little bit. Not sure what's jingling. Oh, it's this joint up here. But let me see if I can rotate his leg up to where you can actually see his full, everything that there is to him right now. His joints are pretty stiff. Kind of like an old man. So, he's got his right arm, most of his right leg. Going to be working on the right foot tonight. Hey GB, and by the way, hey Eric, hey Jalen, good to see you guys. Let's see, is that loose or is it? Let me take a look at something here real quick. You know, that's the one thing I didn't think to get out was a screwdriver. I'm seeing if I can actually get down in there. That's too small. Didn't get one out specifically for him, but I have several on the desktop all the time. So the jingling, you would think they would have put something in there. Let me show you what the jingling is. If you see right here in this joint, it says this moves back and forth. I may have to figure something out for that, may not. But like I said, it's been a long time since I've worked on him. And I need to get him finished because he actually was started on my first YouTube video about a year ago. So he's over there, got one leg sticking up in the air here. I don't think I will be pulling him over for anything, but here's my plan for tonight. I'm going to start with packs 69 and 70, which is where I left off 4 months ago. I have the box for 81 or 71 through 79, or 71 through 80 here, and we're going to just go as far as as far as we get until I get tired of streaming tonight. Might be 2 hours, might be less. I'm still recovering. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I'm feeling a lot better than I have been. I'm glad I didn't have to cancel the stream today. I did have to cancel the Sunday live stream. Hey Kenny, welcome. But I am very much on the mend. Honestly, I don't know if it was just a horrendous cold or if it's a result of getting my COVID shots, because I was fully vaccinated about a week and a half ago. But it was not COVID. It's had nothing to do with my lungs. It sounds like it did now because... oh, okay. Just reading the chat. It sounds like it did now because it's starting to... The drainage is now starting to go into my throat, starting to screw with my voice. Had the most horrendous head cold. My wife on Monday, when I took the day off, took a sick day, she said that she literally listened and counted me sneezing in the bathroom at least 22 times. That's when she lost count. So it was rather an interesting cold. So let me go ahead and flip over to the other camera, and depending on if I do have to do anything on the Terminator himself tonight, which I'm pretty sure I will. I'm not sure how I'm going to work it. I'm going to probably take the small camera and just move it over there. Other things going on, the shuttle build the tower is just about done. I've put a whole lot of stuff onto it in the last couple of weeks. A lot of little parts, paint them, let them dry, put them on. I'm almost done to where I'm going to connect the shorter tower, the one for the payload tower basically, to the main tower. So that will actually, John Boy. Oh, I see what you're saying, Eric. That will basically make the, put the tower done. Then the only thing I've got left to build, and I've worked quite a bit on the shuttle already. I got to build the, external tank is built. I got to paint it. I need to add the external boosters, and then the trailer or the tractor assembly that goes underneath, and the shuttle build will be done. Started doing the soldering on the last of the lights on the tower. May or may not put something actually in the shuttle. Probably not. May put something to attach to the tractor assembly. But it's, a lot going on the shuttle. Well on its way, and I've got to post on HLI the repost the videos that are on there, repost the group build. And I just looked over, and they're off camera. Let me move these screws. By the way, these parts here are the finger joint parts that I did not use, because instead of using these, and I've got the same ones for the toes, I'm using these, which are actually screwed in, and they won't come loose. But my normal thing, I do every stream, there goes the super glue knocked over, is point out these two boards. Running since May, HLI FX01 or 01A. Let me move that wire so that you can actually see that both lights are going. There's the slow flash, there's this fast flash. Been running since May. Awesome board. Got it through HLI or HobbyLink International, their store. Great boards. Klingon Bird of Prey FX002. This does have a very slight flicker. The red does have a very slight flicker. I'm going to actually build a Bird of Prey in the near future so I can put that in there, because it is very subtle, but it is very cool looking. And then, of course, there's the disruptors and the photon torpedo. Every stream, I do a commercial for Kenny, just because that's how good these boards are. So, let's start working on the... and Kenny just reacted to the fact that I posted my video is coming up. So let's start working on stage 69, which is adding heel detail and assembling some foot parts. That's why I've got these out. These screws will be needed for assembling the foot parts. So 69, 1 and 2, heel detail. These, interesting. These are plastic. These were metal. These are going to be toe joint pieces, I believe. Let's see. Foot joint pin, 12 including spares. And there's these little sleeves here. Wait, we were here first. It's our planet, Chris. Welcome to the stream. These little sleeves were Agora's fix for the fingers being really loose. On the back of T-800, you could get away with putting 2 O-rings on each end. Ram, take up the slack and stop the rattle. Yes, I'm going to have to do something like that. Dirk, working on the T-800, had not worked on them for months, 4 months to be precise. These are knee replacements, of course. These are parts of the toe or foot. A couple of set screws. And what is this last one? This is actually, this is 69-6. This is the toe. 69-5. This is the toe joint. So, first things first. That is on the foot. So, let me move this camera over here. Hopefully it's aimed correctly at the Terminator. fact, put the leg down, turn him around. Don't break the black pearl. Eric would be sad. So there is the foot. I hear you, Dirk. I need knee replacements too. At least one. So I'm cutting off the sprue, the two detail parts for the heel. And let me see. I'm just looking, okay, 69-PB2-6. And this is the build that I just kind of stopped tracking where I'm putting the screws because there's always one extra. Let me just verify. Yep, the PB2-6, there's 2 screws, 1 extra. I still keep the screws because who knows, they may end up in the nose of an airplane someday. You know, as weight for an aircraft model. Put this screw here. And I will say I'm facing away from the chat right now, actually. Let me pop out the chat. Bring it over to the other monitor so I can actually see it. Knee replacements, they get new shoulder tendons. Jalen, don't do it. I've done that before. I had a rotator cuff repaired. Not a lot of fun. All that walking is, yeah, very difficult. So the screw is coming in from the bottom of the foot. So this part right here with the screw hole in it, it's going to go on like that. This one goes in from the back side here, falls off. Grab. That's not going to work. I do have screwdrivers out, but I don't have a small, well, maybe. Terminator, if I remember right, did not come with any screwdrivers at all. So let me put this heel back on here. Put this screw down inside. Feels like it's catching. Yeah, it's catching. Tighten it down. Since these are plastic parts, I'm going to be careful not to over tighten and strip it out. But there's the heel joint, bottom of the heel. So you see the screw from the bottom, but you won't see it from the outside. So let me flip back over to the other camera. At the same time, I will pop the chat back in. Just looking at the chat real quick. What is OE, Chris? I'm not sure. The Dirk even. So I need to get this part that says the larger end. This is, and what it means by the larger end, you can see this is slightly smaller, this is slightly longer. Let me move this plastic so it stops glaring. Original equipment. I'm mostly original equipment. Just my shoulder's been repaired. Haven't had my knee repaired, although I should. Okay, so the knee joint goes in here, or the toe joint goes in here. And you got this part of the foot. Let me flip pages so I can actually see what's. Allen key fits the grub screw in the part and through part. Da, 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 da. Okay, so there's an Allen. There's two of these. Probably one is a spare. Let me look. They usually do that. 69-8. 2 grub screws, 1 spare. So there's 2 grub screws. Fit this Allen stock that is from the build itself. And so it will go into, let me see. Okay, this side it's threaded in this hole, not in the plastic. This is a plastic piece, by the way. So this is going to go in here like this. It's going to go through the metal piece, and this has got to stop falling out. And it will only catch on this other side. There's a 1 that should be facing downward. 2. Let me take that back out. There's a lot of reading on this one. Two there. So it does not. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong thing. So let me put this back in here, the grub screw back in. Hey, Shu, welcome. If you cleared off the glue once in a while. Yeah, Eric does. Eric blows everything up. But he doesn't rust. He's not like the Tin Man. He doesn't need an oil can. Okay, so put this down. This part here, so that there's a 1 on here. Says there's a 1. Okay. Okay, there's a 1 right there. You can barely see it. I can barely see it. That's supposed to be facing down. That goes on here like that. And yeah, that's the right way. This is the way. You know what? That's why that's so. No, it's the same size on both sides. I was going to say it looks like it's off, but it's not. Okay, and this is where they have me using this and this. Although I don't think that's an actual toe joint. I'm going to give it a shot. if I have to take these back out, I will. But this doesn't look like it's the actual toe. Let me put those in here so I don't lose them. Be careful searching a naked Betty White. All right. Okay. Just reading the chat, catching up. So this sleeve is supposed to go through here. Actually, that one bottoms out. That's a little bit different than the other ones. So it goes through there like that. You can see the silicone sleeve in there right there. And then this is a ribbed pin supporting from below for the pin into the plastic sleeve. As you push it in, the grip on the joint becomes firm but still flexible. So this gets pushed down in here. No, this is not one of the ones that gets replaced by one of the other screws. So the joint is firm but flexible. Silicone did not push through. Actually, that is the toe. Oh, the toe is down here. I see. This is where the this is where I'm going to end up using one of these if it'll fit. So the toe goes in there like that. It just has the silicone in there on one side. Let me just see if one of these will fit. I may end up eventually taking that one back out. So I'll put the screw in on the other side. I'll show you once I get this on here the difference. And I'm probably going to take that one back out and do it this way as well. I will put this in here with the washer. It'll require a washer on the other side as well, and the other screw. But there's the difference. This is just a flat plastic piece. This is a hex head screw in there instead. Looks a little bit better to me. This one's fine, but the whole idea with these is that it looks more like it's a machine rather than a model. Hey, bud. Sorry, bud. At least I don't have buck loot yet. Okay, so I'm going to put this onto the Allen stock. Carefully put it in here. If it reaches. May have to back it off a little bit on this side. Okay, back that off a little bit. The toe fell off. The toe is falling apart. So let me put this back in here. And on the fingers, these are actually pressed in pretty tightly into the finger joints. That might be the problem right there. Let's see if this is going to actually hold the toe. If I tighten the screw down in. I like that better than that big ass washer. There went my PG rating. Yeah, the exchange rate isn't very good for buck loot. Buck loot's like worth 1/10 of a space loot, or thereabouts, maybe a little bit less. Okay. Let me tighten this down if it will go all the way in. And it's not. So let me break out the other screwdriver that I haven't had out in a while. Let's see, that should be about the right size. Is that the right one? Yeah, I know that I was pretty sure that Kenny was paying a pretty penny for sprue hub, and or is it, what was it? Yeah, sprue hub, and I'm not planning on spending anything on sprue hub yet. Maybe someday. I said it to where you really do just get a sliver of space. That's better. I need a third hand right about now, which is over by the soldering station, actually. Is that going to tighten up anymore? So that's a bust on this one. It does not get tight enough to hold the toe in place. It's flopping all over the place. So let me go back and do it the way that they intended me to. Had to try. I would much rather have the hex bolts or hex screws in there than just a flat spot like it's going to have. So let me put this toe back in, and the toe can go either direction. So the toe back in there. I'm just looking to see how they've got it in there. And let me clip this, another one of these things off. So now that should actually firm it up once I push this down inside. And push the plastic out a little bit on this side. And push that back in so I can have the plastic better centered. Okay. I'll hold it in with my thumbnail. There. Much as I'd like to have the hex heads on there, that's what's going to look like. That is the toe. It's the, yeah, it is the right toe. So back here, you're not going to see the silicone. What? Huh? Who? Is that chatting on this? You didn't rat him out. I knew. I can hear it. Let's see. 6. Okay, I'm just looking to, because it's unfortunate that that is such a wide gap again. So it's flapping all over the place. But that is the end of stage 69. I'm going to go ahead and put this screw and that silicone sleeve in there. Yes, PT. Eric's getting PT. 4,000 sit-ups with that back of yours, Eric. That'll fix you. Yeah, buck. The buck that don't have no buck loop. 2 a.m. gorilla drills. Yeah. No pull-ups. Never was able to do one without the DS assistant. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Just keep going, guys. You got this. So more of these silicone sleeves, a couple more of the grub screws. I may not use these on the foot. You know what? I'm a complete and total idiot. I'm thinking these are for the foot. These are only for the fingers. I've got another hand still to go. I never get tired. And I never get tired of watching people do exercise. Hey, Omar, welcome. Okay, so a couple more toes, couple more joints. These are going to go together the same way. 2 more of these foot parts. I see. This one's marked 6. This one's marked 5. Toe joints don't matter, but these are actually numbered. Toes are fine the same way. 5 plastic sleeves, 1 spare, 2 grub screws. So let's see. Take the first foot part marked 2. That would not be this one. It's the one without. This one is marked 2. I can't get it to focus. Trust me, it's Mark II. Yeah, by the way, Jalen, when I called it Taxachusetts, I was not kidding. I used to do taxes for guys in the military. Massachusetts is the only state in the union that has higher taxes than the federal. And Massachusetts has this really cool law where the first $30,000 of your income, or first $15,000 of your income is tax-free, adjusted negatively by each dollar above $15,000 you earn. So by the time you get to $30,000, your tax-free portion of your $15,000 of initial income is zero. Yeah, move to New Jersey instead. Is Jersey bad on taxes too? Move to North Dakota if you want to avoid taxes. Eric is right there. I think they don't. I think they pay you to live in that state. Whoops. Drop part of the foot. Okay, now that I got this figured out off the first one, this is actually nice. This one stopped it from going any further. Yes, OT lowers your tax bracket because Jersey's bad, no income tax here, but they get you on everything else. Illinois is not too bad. Not extremely bad. The taxes, and this one's too as well, the taxes aren't too bad. And being a 80% or more importantly, over 70% disabled vet does wonders for my taxes here because I pay no property taxes because of it. Let me just flip the page and make sure I'm doing the right thing. Oh, that sucks that you have to pay taxes in both. That sucks out loud. Oh, come on. It's not like we didn't elect a president. Never mind, I'm stopping there. Not going to go on with saying we elected a president who said he's going to tax the shit out of us. Oops, I said it. What's funny, Kenny, is you don't realize I used to work in Intel. Not as an Intel analyst or anything like that, but as a budget analyst. I have my clearance is because of where my desk used to be. And I did not trim that or sand it. Let me push this back out. Ow! A little bit. By the way, Kenny, if you want to have a good time, what you should do, if you have one, is ask a smart speaker about the NSA, because they get really, really insulted. I had never heard a speaker get insulted prior to that. Okay. Is Vinny doing your taxes? You know, a nice German does mine. a nice German guy named Buck does mine. He manages to actually do pretty well for me, but I looked a little bit and I'm concerned with this year. This year might be ugly for taxes. Okay, so this one slides in just like that. And this is all the same as it was for the toe, the big toe. But I'm curious. Oh, never mind. I was going to say I'm curious as how you're going to know once these are done which one is which, but they've got the numbers out where you can see them. Yeah, I hear you there, Kenny. This house, if I had to pay the property taxes, would be almost $7,000. And in Wisconsin, it was really funny because when I bought the house we had in Wisconsin, we started out at $1,000 a year for property taxes. But because they ran out of salt, not urea, not anything that's not bad for the environment. They use salt in Wisconsin. But because they ran out of the salt that year, my property taxes went up. And in the 2.5 years, roughly, that I owned that house, my taxes went from about $1,200 to $4,000. Just being a vet, Eric, or being a disabled vet? Because for me, it's because I'm disabled. Okay, so that is the second joint, or second toe joint, whole thing. CEOs gave more pay to their employees, like the 60s. Well, that's because you're in the Pacific Northwest. I think they hate you guys up there, Mark. I just realized, did I even look? Wow. I didn't even look at this for the sizes, and I put it together right. So here's the same thing. This is number 3. Yeah. I mean, Illinois is a veteran-friendly state. Wisconsin is not veteran-friendly. Taxes up there, they didn't care about veterans at all. And if I remember right, my retirement, I don't think, is taxed by Illinois either. But I don't remember for sure. Wait. So somebody should be reading the instructions for me, because I'm sitting here putting this sleeve in here, and this is the one that gets the screw. I may not be able to get back out. Good thing I have spares. Yeah, it's going to get chewed up a little bit. So I'll put that one there. Yeah, why isn't somebody watching me and telling me I'm screwing it up? This one is the one that gets this, what did they call it? Where is it? This is the one that gets the... It doesn't even say in this. The screw, though. Thanks, Mark. It is very much about where you live. That's why I no longer live in California. And actually, I don't know anybody who actually does it, but when I came down here one time when I was stationed in Milwaukee with my commander, his wife went over to Missouri to buy gas because the gas was a lot cheaper over there. But I appreciate that, Mark. This is back when gas was, the first time it was like $3.50 a gallon. So another one of these pins. Yeah, but Omar, your taxes will go insane in Massachusetts. Massachusetts is a very high tax state. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. Okay. So push this one together. So that one is in there. Take the last toe. And I will put this screw in this box for safekeeping. Take this toe, slide the silicone sleeve through. And on the feet, the silicone sleeves are doing fantastic. On the fingers, if anybody remembers about a year ago, more like about 8 months ago when I did the hands, the fingers just flopped all over the place using just these silicone sleeves. Actually, I'm not sure if it's silicone. I think it's Teflon, actually. So here goes, and I push that right out the other side. Here goes the joint, the pin for the toe. And it's pushed in there flat, and now I have 3 identical pieces, just that they're a little bit different in size. Just make sure. Yep. 1, 2, 3. So big toe, index toe, middle toe. And that is it for book 7, pack 7 that we started, or I started 4 months ago. So now let me get out book for pack 8. The first part I need is going to be part 71. Imagine that. It's more feet parts. Yeah, 5% is not bad. There, I gave you the middle toe, Mark. 5% income tax would be awesome. Here we have 9% sales tax. And let me just take a look. Ooh, there's some new pieces in here. No, actually, Chris, I have already hired this guy to sorry, Eric, you're going to lose your job. He is going to protect my stash or my display room, one or the other. He's going to stand in there, and I'm going to, right now he runs off of batteries only, but I'm going to get him set up so that he will run off of a wall wart, so that whenever I turn on the models in there, he will come on. So we got 2 more toes. What are these? Grub screws. Long. Good. You know what? I bet you these 2 screws. Yeah, because it doesn't say 1 spare. These 2 screws, I think, hold the whole foot together. They hold. I just looked over at the foot on the. Well, here, let me show you. So right here, those two grub screws are going to screw through these to hold the rest of the toes to the foot. Kind of cool. That's not bad. $4,800 for property tax. He won't blast me with a sawed off. I actually have a gun. He's got a machine gun when he's built. It's a little toy machine gun, but it's a machine gun nonetheless. Okay, let me make sure. Yep. So let's see. This should be 4. This is the larger end. Let me just, yeah, see, these are 5 and 6 again, so that doesn't matter. Slide that in there, take the grub screw, put it through there. How big is the house, if you don't mind me asking, Omar? Sales tax holiday would be nice. All year long. Yep, same thing here. I'm just looking, guys, real quick. These instructions are exactly the same. Making sure, I just looked to make sure that I had all the smaller ends down here. So I'm going to cut off 4 more of these because that's what I'm going to need. These. It's not bad. Because this is our retirement home, and because we knew we were going to be tax-free on it, we actually were a little bit above our means, and we bought a 3,080 square foot house. Well, weren't really above our means. The house cost us less than the house in California was when we sold it. House in California sold for $389. We bought this one for $289. We bought this one for $278. And that is a nice size. But I think you've got your family or your parents living with you, don't you, Omar? Because 700 square foot. That's the size of my garage. Sorry. It's just the 2 of us in our house. Occasionally kids will come and stay, but not for very long. Except Jordan, our grandson, I think, is going to be with us for the long haul. But when I fully retire, that will actually be more convenient for us, because then we can do things like go on vacations and he can watch the dogs. I don't think he knows he's going to do that yet. I'm in Illinois, just outside, about 45 minutes away from St. Louis. Well, I didn't know you were there. By the way, everybody, Andrea is my wife. We have a surprise guest. We need all that room for my models and for your village. She is the reason I'm able to do most of everything that I do. She sneaks in every now and then. Not very often, but every now and then. Okay, there's another toe. Busted? Not busted. I never say anything that I wouldn't say to her on these streams. Okay, so last one, part number 5. If anybody doesn't know, what Andrea just said was good evening. She is from Austria. Politics and money. I don't talk money much. Like I said, she does the money. I think she's okay with me giving the shoe the middle toe. Let's see, that one didn't go all the way in. It's slightly, might be slightly off kilter. Maybe I should try from this side. Not Australia, Austria. Well, one of us has to spend it all. Well, it's not right. I missed it. What did I say? Was I bad again? Where? Austria? It's a good place. We haven't been there in... No, Austria. That place that the governor was from. You know, actually, this guy, the actor who played this guy, was from Austria. No, it's right. It's just that, oh, I see what it, let me see. Does it say to put this one in from the other side? It doesn't. But it makes sense that this one's coming in from the other side because this one, that way you have the nut on the outside. It is very beautiful. And, you know, Mark, my family on my dad's side is from Germany as well. My family on my mom's side is from the same area, but has multiple different countries on her side. Dad was actually, yes, we did. We lived in Germany for a very long time. We lived in Germany for, I think between the two tours, it was tours over there, it was like 16 years. Okay, that's right. Obermagau. I'm not even sure where that's at, what that is. I'm sure it's in Germany. I would love to go to Australia, by the way. It would be really cool. Oh, you know what? Looking at the book, this last one, I'm supposed to be putting it together this way. That way, the flat silver pieces where the flat silver pieces here will be what shows from the outside. So now I gotta push this one back out. I feel you there, Kenny, on the one base you were at outside the States being closed. My first base closed while we were still in Germany, and it was very sad the one time we went back there after it closed. Damn it, scarred that. To Oklahoma once. I've been there. Been to Oklahoma. Fortunately, I have a spare on here, and I'll show you guys in just a second. When I use the needle nose pliers, I scarred that up pretty bad. Like I said, fortunately, there's a spare. I put this one all the way backwards. Just realized that. That's why the screw is on the wrong side. Okay. I get busy watching the chat and I end up not paying attention to what I'm doing. So what I did, guys, is this is going to be the outside of the foot, and the numbers are here. These numbers should be on the inside, which is why this one was threaded backwards. Niagara Falls counts. Canada would be a cool place to go to live, actually. We would love to if we could. But Canada is very much not for immigration. Unless you've got sponsorship and the whole, skills that you're going to be using there. We've looked into it a little bit, but not enough to really try it, because I don't think I have the skills that would get me into Canada. Let me make sure. Okay. I'm just sitting here looking at this going, did I put it together right? They don't want me because all I can do is model. Well, yeah. It's okay, though. I'm good at it. So let me see. It shows here. Yeah. Shows in the magazine that all the toes, or all the feet, the parts kind of swing. These swing to the right. These two swing to the left. The bottom parts. I don't know if you can see it here, here. This one not so much. This one and this one do. I didn't do it wrong. What part of Canada? Not sure. But if Andrea is still here, she might be able to tell you, because it was her idea to one day move to Canada. I kind of agree with her, but I couldn't tell you where. Probably somewhere like Montreal. Okay. Heard my phone, don't know where it is. So let me switch cameras. Because now I'm putting the toes, the feet together. And it's all 69-4. It is not telling me which toe it is. Take the assembly ankle parts, take the foot sections with the bars marked 1. Okay. So these are the bars marked 1. These are the bars marked 1. So that one goes on there. Wait, hang on. I'm not looking at the chat, but I see something about Goofy. So let me move the chat over here and see what Eric's saying about Goofy. I did say 69. By the way, Spence, say hello to Andrea. She is my wife. Spence made you do. Yes, yeah. Eric's being mean to Goofy again. Sometime what I will have to do, actually what I need to do is when I send the Bismarck, I will have to put, oh, I'm looking at this wrong. I will have to put put a Goofy inside. Okay, so I was looking at it wrong. I was looking at the magazine upside down from what the foot is actually to me. So I need to go this direction. I was about to put the big toe on the outside of the foot. Ah, very clever. The threading is only on the outside. So 2 goes next. Pull this back a little bit so I can get 2 in here. So there's 2 of the toes. I love it. We should get like a life-size one to keep in the shop here, Andrea. That would fix Eric. I think his biggest problem is that I have a Christmas Goofy up year-round. Yes! That is true, Chris. It is almost impossible to fix Eric. But we can punish him and make him cry. No, there's nothing at all wrong with the Christmas Goofy. I think Goofy belongs in the shop. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm threading this screw the rest of the way through. It now protrudes a little bit out on either end, and we have 5 parts of the toe. So let me do the same thing here. We're going to bring this part up here like so and start threading this through. 1,010. Wait, what did Jalen say? That would fix Eric. Well, you can't fix him, but it would annoy him to have get a light kit that then plays the backstreet post. I think that would be cool. So many parts. Absolutely. I know you like Harry Potter. We both do. As a matter of fact, Andrea, Kenny's nickname on the channel quite regularly becomes Ron Weasley. That's what you should do. That would be awesome. Here we go. No, actually, I think Eric just hates Disney in general. So, that is 1 foot done. The toes actually shift. It does make sense that the foot actually flexes a little bit. Let me see if I can bend the knee close enough. I like it. That would be awesome. Or bootlegs of Galaxy Quest. I did. I showed you just the part that's done so far, though, right? I don't think I showed you the one from California. We can all send Eric goofy Christmas cards. That would be cool. Okay, so that was the end of stage 71. On to stage 72. Looks like it will be a small stage. I did. I'm proud of your village, Andrea. Left arm part, shaft for arm. Okay. Working on the left arm. Now the shaft here, I believe, will go through here like this. And then this cap. Actually, I think the cap goes on first. Yeah, metal feet wouldn't have done very well on there. Okay, so actually this part slides in here like this. This cap goes on here. and then these two screws. And again, one spare to go in the box. Yeah, it will take the entire living room. I am looking forward to when it's done. I know you are. So this screw will drop down in here, all the way down. The key thing is getting it to actually thread in there. See you later, Omar. Have a great evening. Okay, so the screw head comes out like that. That's the easiest way I can get it. And then I'm going to just tighten it onto here. And it's not quite in there right. There. It's got a little lip on here that needs to be seated. And that's it. That is all there was to do in that stage. So now we're going to do stage 73, which is shoulder parts. I don't know if you guys remember. I actually numbered these a long time ago so that I'd be able to pull them out real quick like I am. So you got the shoulder here, which is plastic. This is plastic. A couple of push rods. Oh no, that's not good. So Andrea, this is the part of the show that the guys love. When I go hunting for something I just dropped, like an ink. And I'm sure I could get one from the company. But I don't want to wait. This one, though, with it being that small, I might not. There it is. There we go, guys. Carpet Monster 0, me, 7, 8, 10, 15, I don't know for sure. Hey, it was only one time, guys. Jeez. Okay, well, I'm going to put this back in here before I play with it and lose it. It's not going to happen again, not in this weather. And look, the camera is far enough away that you won't be able to see me if I was shirtless. Although I do have to say, even with one single heater in here, it has gotten a little warm in here. It is. I should take some pictures and post that. It was a quick find. Well, it's a gray tile, black part. So here's what I was attempting to do. There's a hole, a little bit of a nub on there. There's a recess on the plastic part. It sits down over the nub. Black screw. It's a PWM 2x5. Oops, wrong type of screwdriver. Just screw it down over top of it to hold it down. Uh-oh. Well, actually, Mark, it's okay if your clothes come off. You're not on camera. And no, the clothes are not coming off. I'm just coming off of a really bad cold. I don't need to get sick again. So this, and this, guys, if you, those of you who've watched this before, way back to the beginning, this is all the same things that I did for the right arm. Now I've got to do it on the left. Not yours. I mean Eric's? Because what's funny is nobody says anything. I am bound and determined to lose one of these rubber pieces. Nobody says anything about the fact that Eric has done a model or has done a video or two shirtless. He just kind of kept it a little bit off screen. I already dropped it and found it. See? Now the screw is into it, so it's not going to go anywhere. And that is all that there is to do on this. Wait, did I miss a step? I completely skipped a step. Take the shoulder parts. Each part has a recess on it, so it's got 2 pins in here for lugs here, which screws go into. Just need to make sure that this little U piece here, this little U, is on this side. Hey, Leprechaun. Yeah, topless modeling has become kind of a trend here. Actually, I don't think we even got to see Eric's nipples when he did it. And I called him out on it too. Not for everybody, but I called him out and said, dude, I've seen your videos where you're shirtless. And he kind of said, he didn't admit it, but he did say, kind of go, yeah, well. Okay, so let me put this tip back in here. Small tip there. So what you're saying, Kenny, since I started it all, is that I must be a trendsetter. Okay, that's tight. You even wear your hat in the shower? How do you get your hair clean? So let me get this screw in here and I will show you guys. I'm busy reading the chat. Not even sure if I'm on screen. Not telling you guys what I'm doing. Just losing it all. You may not see it. Okay, I will send you a bill, Mark. You guys should all thank Mark because he's taken the bullet for you guys. He's paying to not see me topless ever again. Okay, So here's what I did. There were those two lugs, the two lug holes and this lugs for the screws. Put those screws in. That one is still a little bit loose. I don't know if you noticed this morning, Kenny, that I posted your little sweet picture as my good morning picture this morning. Didn't say how much he'd pay. Okay. So now that those screws are in there, it's tightened down. And now I can flip back over where these are the parts, or these are how the parts look at the end of this stage. So let me put that away, and I can put these away as well, since I'm no longer working on feet. And stage 74. Six, 7, okay. Couldn't read my own writing. Could be a 79 or it could be 74. Are you talking the Keaton Batwing, Kenny? Because those are really hard to come by these days.
You're busy talking about nipples and not getting my stuff inside.
I wasn't talking about nipples. The guys were talking about nipples. Didn't know that there was stuff outside. I was streaming. I don't know if you guys can hear her, but that is now Andrea in the background behind me. You have one, so I cannot screw it up.
Alexa, lights on.
So this one does the exact same thing as the other one did. Except for this one has a lot larger screw. And so let me find a screwdriver that's going to fit it. It's funny, it's got such a big head on this screw and such a big screw and such a tiny head on it. Let's see if I can get that. Come on. I'm not in trouble.
Not yet.
Not yet, she says. No worse than any time Kenny's does things. I don't think he's ever gotten in troubles per se. And I pulled that screw back out. Damn it. Come on. Okay. So I'm going to do the exact same thing I did before. I've got this screw protruding. Just slide this in here the way it goes. And then I'm going to thread the screw onto here. I don't know. Let me ask her, Kenny. Andrea?
Yeah.
Are you coming to Wonderfest?
Are we going to Wonderfest?
I'm planning on it. Are you coming?
Yeah.
She says yes, Kenny.
I'm going.
You're afraid to let me alone with these guys, right?
I'll meet them.
Cool. So I don't know if you guys heard that, but Andrea just said that she's coming to Wonderfest because she wants to meet you guys. Oh, okay. So once this is put together like this one from a couple of stages ago, cool. That sounds fantastic, Kenny. Kelly's going to be there, sweetheart.
Oh,
Or she wants to.
cool.
Bunch of ex-military guys together. Trouble abounds. Yes, indeed. So that is all of stage 74. And you guys can see the pieces sitting there from the other stages. And this is why I brought the whole box for not such a good idea. Why? You don't understand, Mark. She and I met during my young and stupid days. Now I'm old and stupid. So this is stage 75. She wants to go see the Kentucky Derby machine or museum.
We're probably the longest to get out of your friend's house.
I think so. I'm not positive. So Kenny, how long have you and Kelly been married? Because I think Andrea and I have got pretty much everybody else beat for how long we've been together. Okay, so this is the part of the shoulder. And this plastic part here, there's a small divot here. The divot goes towards this flat part. And it just slides right in here. So, Andrea?
Yeah?
Kelly wants to go see the Kentucky Derby.
Uh-huh.
And Kenny said she is a horse lover. Well, she did marry a horse's ass. So they've been together 22 years. I think, Andrea, we probably have been together longer than most everybody else.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Because what is it, 33 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, 33 years since we've met, and we're coming up on 30 years. Is that next year?
So we got married, yes, 92, next year, 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years married next year. And that's all on stage 75. 76. '76 is more components for the upper arm. This is the outer side of the left arm. The other part of the socket goes in here. Mark's been married 22 years, but together for 30. So, yes, indeed, Chris, it's a lot of ducking on my part.
It's a lot of what?
Ducking on my part. Chris says that they've been married for 30 years.
Wow.
But that's a lot of ducking on my part.
Wow.
As in you throwing the frying pan and stuff.
I see.
Okay, so this part goes in the same as on this part. This plastic grommet goes in here, hole facing the center, so that when these two go together, the holes will be matching each other. And then the shoulder part here, the shoulder joint assembly will go into, I'm just looking at this part like so. You fit the knob in here. Okay, so that, have to slow down and pay attention now. So this part goes in, the shoulder joint goes in here like that. This part with the Y that is really tight in there. I almost wonder if I got the wrong grommet. That's my thinnest one. Oh, jeez. I really don't want to break this. Let's see if I can. Oh. Yeah, definitely a pattern. All of us married a couple of years. We never rush into anything. Well, that's you guys. Andrea and I we didn't get married really quick, but we moved in together pretty quick. It's just that she had to get her divorce finalized before we could get married. Oh, so what it was this was tightened down too tight. When I unscrewed it a little bit while it was inside, it reduced the compression, and I was able to pull it back out. And actually, this is the screwdriver. I hear you, Chris. I married the first one in, I don't remember, 82, 83. Okay, now it's moving. Very happy to not be married to her forever. Okay, so this one goes on here. It's going to just sit on here because the screw is actually going to hold it together. So they sit on there like that. This side has the same type of lugs. They stick out a little bit. Screws will go through them. She was a redhead. That could explain a lot. Okay, so I'm going to drop this screw through here. These should all be, let me double check before I screw something up. I'm not paying that much attention. I'm kind of on autopilot reading the chat. There are two different sizes. So too long, too short. Short ones are 76.3 or -3. 76-3 goes in on this side. When he's done, I think he's about 3 feet tall. Nothing's wrong with redheads as long as you can train them and keep them at bay. I'm sure Kelly would agree with me. Let me see if I can get this thing to fit together, because I think this has got to push in here. Okay. So this first part here, there's a square area, and that square that the lug is in, or that the shoulder is resting in, slides in here. And once that's together, there we go. So the shoulder is now caught in here. Now I can put this one back in here, and it's actually going to be the screw that pulls this together. So I'll drop that in there. And see if I can get it to thread into the other side. It doesn't come with adoption papers. Did you miss out on the cookies, Kenny? So let me slide this one in here. Again, working with a magnetic screwdriver. So now they're caught, but if you see, there's a pretty significant gap on either side. So I just need to tighten this down to close that gap. And it is pretty stinking tight. Well, damn, Kenny. I apologize if it's because you're watching me. But since your shop is not warm enough, you should be inside to protect your rights with the cookies. Let's see if this is going to be... No. So I got to find the right screw head. Nope, that's not going to cut it. There we go. That's the right apex. We'll kill for a good chocolate chip cookie. That's not good. Think that is as tight as those are going to go. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm looking here on the side, and you can't see the threads would be over here, and the threads are completely gone inside the part. So that is as far as it's going to go. And so that's how the upper left arm. No cookies for you. Almost 70 today. Shop is good. That is awesome. Tons of cookies for Christmas. Can't wait. Thumbprint cookies. Yeah. You can tell she's not. Okay. So let me set this shoulder or this arm aside and grab something to drink. Yep. All of us old bastards getting excited about cookies. So stage 77. Well, that odd. We double check the book. Huh. So I'm going to have to look in my other parts because I certainly hope I have stage 80 still. I'm sure I will be able to get the parts from Agora if I don't have it. Okay, so this is part of the left arm. It's a left arm part. I don't think anything's actually done with it. And this is the first finger. So let me get these back out. The dog has bad allergies and he's chewing on his feet. They gave me the finger. Indeed, they did. So give me a second, guys, because I got to hit the little boy's room. I will be right back. Sorry about that. I could not hold it. Something about being 50 or in my 50s and having to hit the head when I can. No, I'm not pantless. It would be funny if he did. Okay, so back to the fingers. Catch up on the chat. So here are the parts that I was talking about earlier. Except for one. The one piece in here that I do need. These parts, Agora used to just do these parts here with the pin parts here, and the fingers get really loose and they tend to fall apart. Hey bud, I did wash my hands. Bud's like, what? So let me show you how these are supposed to work. Actually, I'll grab one that's got the Teflon sleeve on it. So these are supposed to work that they go through these holes, and the Teflon is supposed to help to hold it. You're supposed to glue. You're not supposed to actually glue, but I ended up gluing these in. The small, here, let me show you. I'm not sure. There's a small pin there, hole there, and it's tight to get it in there, and it should hold. Grab one that hasn't been used before. It should hold, but it doesn't very well. It comes apart. So you could see if you can. So you can see the pin goes in there, but it doesn't go in very far. And it, if you, as you move the fingers, it loosens and it just is no good. Wipe them on your BDUs, absolutely. Now, see, what you do is you just don't pee on yourself. That's the key, is you don't pee on yourself. So here's the way that these go together. This is the fingertip. That was what was in the bag that I needed. This part goes on here like this. This part with the gap here will go there like that. And what it is you're flipping them over each time, and this is the actual joint at the knuckle. Well, I know it depends on who you are. So this is how the finger goes together, or the finger goes together. But instead of using these, I have these. The brass barrel will get pushed in. There will be a screw on either side of the brass barrel and a washer to help hold everything in place. So let me put this back, get out the other bit, make sure I've got the right one. Yeah. So it says take the first two finger components, and that's actually telling you to use the just looking by first two. By the first two, it's talking about at the knuckle. It's telling you to use the Teflon tube, but instead I'm putting the screw into the brass barrel here. I'm actually putting it all the way through, or setting it all in. CBU's old again. Yep. Actually, it's ABUs these days for guys in the Air Force. So let me see. So if you see, I've now got the screw. Come on, focus. So there's the screw, the washer, brass barrel right there. I'll take this other side, and the brass is in there a little ways. That's right. I need to back this out just a little bit because it's too much. And you can't set the screw all the way in on either side, because if you do that, it won't reach to the other part, to the other screw. So now you can see there's the brass barrel in there, and so I'll take the screw for the other side. Put it through the washer, and without dropping this and having it all fall all the way apart. Come on. Trying to pick up too many things at one time. Set that screw in there. Wait a minute. Bud retracted a message. I've seen Kenny do this. Ah, bummer. I can't see what he retracted. All right. those Mickey Mouse boots. Are you talking about the big white bunny boots that don't work at all? Really? What is the lag right now anyway? Let me see. So I'm going to pull my finger away. Wow. That's one of the worst lags I've had ever. So now let me tighten this on the other side. I've got about a, by the way, guys, it's about a 10 to 15 second lag. Usually I have about a 7-second lag. I didn't check tonight earlier. So now that's tight, and it will loosen up a little bit, but it's not going to come completely apart. Tighten it back up. So now let me do the same thing with the next one. Let me get two more screws. I've got washers. So this one will go on here just like this. And I could just drop it in there and put the screws in from either side, but it doesn't work. Or it would work, it would just be a little bit difficult. Hey Leprechaun, where are you talking about in Alaska? I think I've asked you this before, but I don't remember for sure. Because I enlisted out of Fairbanks. And every time I ended up wearing, well, the one time I ended up wearing bunny boots when I was in ROTC, I almost frostbit my feet. So now that's back, that's through there. Let me put this screw through what? Really? That's pretty cool. I enlisted in Eielson. And Wainwright was where we actually did, when I did the cold weather training, it was at Wainwright with the ROTC from UAF. I think the school and I parted ways amicably. I dropped out at the same time they kicked me out. Yeah, so Fairbanks is my old stomping grounds. And by old, I mean really old. I haven't been up there in, well, I did go TDY one time. And I was back in Alaska when my dad had a heart attack in 2003, I think it was. But I haven't been back to Alaska in 17 years. And it's been 35 years since I left as a resident. It is a very damn small world. So there's the second knuckle. And they're coming a little bit loose. I may throw some glue in there. I think I did on the other hand. Threw some glue into the threads. Because that's actually what they're saying to do with the other ones. Don't have to do it near as much with this. But like I said, if they keep backing out, I will pull the screws out. I will throw some glue in on the threads and tighten them back up, and they will stay just fine. And so here's the last one. And again, I'll show it to you in just a second once I get it threaded. Always easier to thread these things when they're on the Allen wrench. As a matter of fact, I know I put glue in them. So there's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm just putting it in there. And I'll put the washer over top of it. So there's the washer. And that's what I will stick through here. Put it on from the other side. Could do that, Chris. I'm probably just going to do super glue because that's what I did on the other side. It worked out really well. The fingers on the right hand don't loosen up the way these are. It's been so long since I did it, I forgot that. And I think it was actually, I think it was World of Wayne where I watched it, that was how he did it, was he glued the screws in. And I don't happen to have any clear fingernail polish. So now, there's that. And then when you get to the end here, let's see. I'm looking for a smaller one than this, but do a little bit of the really cheap super glue. I know it's here. Maybe it's not. Damn it. What I'm looking for, guys, is I have a pin vise with a pin stuck in it. Most of you guys have seen it before. Some of you guys that haven't been here before may have not have. But I'll usually use that to put super glue on. But since this is just going to be coating this fingertip, I'm just going to put it on and hope. And by the way, it is slightly oval shaped. So there's the first finger on the left hand. There's my pin vise. Let me put this one away. We're at 2 hours. I'm trying to unscrew something with a X-Acto knife. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about with the glue. So using the pin vise, I'm going to put glue down into the brass here. And that's going to run down and get the other screw. I'm actually putting it on the threads on this side so that when I put this washer back on and put the screw back in there, it'll tighten up, but I can leave it just a hair loose from fully tightened to, let me set this thing down. Just a hair loose, just enough loose so that the finger actually is movable. With the way this cheap glue that I'm using right now will break loose pretty easy anyway. It does absolutely everything. So now that's tight enough. Still came undone. This glue takes a little while to set, but I'll just leave it like that, and it will set and still be loose enough to where I can unscrew it, or not unscrew it, but to where it won't keep the fingers from moving at all. I'm doing the same thing. And the method of putting super glue in here I got from Wayne on World of Wayne. He didn't do it this way for this particular purpose, but that's using the pin on the pin vise is how he does most of his super gluing. So let me tighten that. And I'll do the last one. Just flip this around so I can get a little bit better into the glue. I have actually started using a lot more super glue in my modeling than I used to. The Space Shuttle Tower is about 90% super glued because I paint first and then I put the parts together. Because there's really no way to well, you could, but it would be a real pain to try and mask off the spots that you don't want to be painted, or that you want to be painted white instead of gray. Okay, so that's tight in there. Now this one, the first one, it's still loosening a little bit. I'll have to put a little bit more glue in there later. So there's the first finger on the left hand, wrist joint, and that is the end of stage 77. Yes, stage 77. So it's 2 hours and 10 minutes now, so I am going to call it a stream, guys. Let me move this camera back over here. With the screwdriver set, put this camera where it belongs, put it back up here, and switch. Perfect. I appreciate you guys stopping by. It's, did a lot. You got to where Bucks. What am I going to call it? What, the Terminator? I'm going to call it a Terminator. Or are you talking about because I can't even name his skeleton Bert? Night, bud. Thank God I was dressed. Absolutely. So, appreciate you guys stopping by. Got almost a full book done. It's been 4 months since I worked on this. Got a lot of progress done on it. I have about a third of it left to go, including the base. So appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you would like, if you want to. If you don't, I'm fine with that too. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you later. Have a great evening. Have a great tomorrow, and take care of yourself out there.